Okay, so we are continuing with the project, and like I said before, we are obviously going to be continuing with image upload because at the moment, what we can do at the moment is to just create products into our database, like we have in here inside a MongoDB Compass. Okay, so yeah, so basically, for us to be able to work with the, let me open my compass real quick. For us to be able to work with the MongoDB, sorry, with our backend, for us to create the image upload functionality, we need to be able to know the tools that we are going to use. Then we are going to use Malta, and then the second tool we are going to use is Cloudinary. So when you're able to sign up for Cloudinary, that is if you don't have an account, right, and you sign in, you should be able to come to the dashboard and see these details: your cloud name, your API key, and your API secrets. Right now, if you're someone that is going to be watching my video way in the future, whereby my video is a bit too old, but you still want to learn about the MERN stack, basically, you're going to have to go through the docs. You're going to have to go through the docs, and yeah, I think then when you go through the docs, you can just copy and paste the whole thing in the docs, right, to an AI, like find, and then the AI would basically just give, I mean, you after you copy and paste it, you give it the prompt that it should help you create an image upload for your MERN backend, and then it should help create that for you, especially using what is inside the current documentation at that time, right? So yes, I mean, right now I already understand what is inside this documentation and I know how to implement it myself. So I don't have to do that. But in case that's the case for you, you can just do that as a quick trick to solve your problem. Okay, so without talking too much, let's just get right into the image upload. Okay, so like I said before, these are the three things that you need: your cloud name, your API key, and your API secrets, right? I'm gonna go back to the code. Okay, so this is our e-commerce code, and then what we want to do right now is I want to come to the server folder, and then we want to create a folder. We want to create a folder called utils or utility, however we want to call it. So inside the utils, let's create a file called cloudinary.js. Okay, so we have cloudinary.js in here. Now inside cloudinary.js, we are going to have to import certain files or certain packages for us to be able to use or set up our Cloudinary for or set up our projects for image upload. Okay, so in order for us to do that, we need to install these packages first. Let me open the terminal. I'm opening the terminal real quick. Let me clear it up. Control L clears it up, and then I'm going to cd or change directory into my server, and then I would hit npm start. Npm start should open that up for us. Okay, so npm start helps us start the server, and then we can already, when I created this split terminal, we already in the server directory, so no need to do it again. So over here, let's install our files or our packages, right? So npm I, the first thing you're going to install is Cloudinary, obviously. So Cloudinary, npm I Cloudinary, and then we are going to install Malta as well. And then let's not forget our Cloudinary storage. So Cloudinary storage. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we would install Cloudinary storage, but or let's like we will get Cloudinary storage out of a Malta Cloudinary package, right? So let's write the actual name, which is storage Malta storage Cloudinary. Okay, then inside this package you'll get the Cloudinary storage. So npm I Cloudinary Malta storage Cloudinary. Okay, so would install these packages. Let me try to connect to the database while the packages are being installed. Okay, let's check through. Okay, still in the process. Okay, I think the packages are installed now. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to create a variable and require Cloudinary inside that variable. So require then Cloudinary dot v2. No, Cloudinary dot v2. So you are getting the version 2 of Cloudinary. Okay, and then the next thing is we create another variable, and then inside that variable we are going to get our Cloudinary storage like I said. Okay, so Cloudinary storage. Okay, we're going to get that module out of this package, the Malta Cloudinary package. So we'll get that Malta storage Cloudinary. Okay, now that we have this, we want to also import Malta on its by itself. Okay, on its own. And then we have Malta. Okay, all right, now that we have this, let's call our Cloudinary package and then pass in some methods. All right, so I'm going to say cloudinary.config. Okay, then inside we'll create this object with the keys and values. So we would say that the cloud name is going to be, so let's put them in our env files so that we know we are safe. Okay, env, then I'll say cloud name should be the env variable name. Okay, then we would come again to bring out the API key, and then we would say process dot env dot cloud API key. Then we come down again, and then we use the API secret, and then we'd say process dot env dot cloud API secret. Okay, all right, now that we have these three objects in there for our Cloudinary configuration, we want to now create a storage section or a temporary storage section whereby you're going to store these things and then pass them on to the server, and then they are finally passed on into the database. So I'm going to say const storage is equal to new Cloudinary storage. New Cloudinary storage is going to be equal to Cloudinary, and then I'm going to create another key here, which is the params, and then inside we are going to have an object that is going to be the first one, which is the folder. Now, where are we getting these folders from? Okay, where are we getting these folders from? I'm going to show you that in a second. So let me also come here and then say resource type. Okay, resource type, and then I'm going to set that to an image. Okay, if it's a video, you just take this out and put in video. But if it's an image, of course, which it is an image, you just switch it to image. And then the last thing that we have in there is our public ID. And then our public ID is basically going to be sort of like a function that is going to be taking a request and a file argument, request and file argument, and then it's so we could like have this, but let's just pass it on straightforward like that. So we would say computed file name using what requests. Okay, now that we have this one in there, we want to be able to export all these functions so that we can use them in our routes, right? So how do we do that? We want to, before we do that, we create our parser, okay, because that is what is going to make that is what is going to take the objects or the image object you are passing and make it something that can be received by the server and then sent into the Cloudinary the Cloudinary storage, where we can actually get the image back as a link, okay, or as a string. Okay, so I would create this object inside and I'll name that storage, and then we pass in the storage that we created here. We pass in that storage as its value. Okay, then right after that we module dot exports. Okay, then what are we exporting? We are exporting Cloudinary, and then we are exporting what? The parser. Okay, now that we have that, let us go into the routes. Okay, we already have, so inside the product route here, we can import the parser so that we can handle that image that it will receive. So we just call the parser, then we require the parser from the utils folder, and then cloudinary.js. Okay, so now that we have the parser, in between here we can set after we verify admin, we can now say that after we verify admin, we can basically passing a parser, right? So we'd say parser dot single, okay, because it's taking just one image file. So parser dot single, and then we passing what? An image. Okay, so basically this name is what you'd use as the value when you're testing or you're sending your product into the database or you're creating a new product. You would understand that in a second. So let's make this product image, right, so that we understand it even much better. So this is product image, and then all right, now that we have this, let's go back into where the parser exists, or our Cloudinary file, and then I said I was going to talk about the folder here, that folder that we used here basically. So what I'm going to do is, let me open Chrome. Okay, then when we go into, I think it's this one, the media library. When we go into the media library, okay, when we go into the media library, we should be able to have a bunch of folders that we can work with. Okay, I don't know why the internet seems to be slow. Okay, so this is the folder section. So as you can see, I've had like a number of folders in here. So we have neurofeed, we have infood media, we have here first, right? So what we can do is, I just have to create like a new folder in here, and the folder name, I'm gonna give it YT e-commerce. I'm gonna give that YT e-commerce shop. YT e-commerce shop. Oh, what is wrong? Okay, then I'll save that. Okay, so I copied the name and then I just have to come to VS Code and paste the name in here. But let's not forget, even though we use process.env over here, we do not have our values inside the env file, obviously. So what we want to do is, I'm going to my Cloudinary storage in my Chrome, and then I'm going back to the dashboard just so I can go and get my values. Okay, so this is the dashboard loading up, and we should have the values coming out pretty soon. Okay, so this is the cloud name. So I copy the cloud name and then I put it in here. I'm gonna put the cloud name in here. Okay, I'm gonna put the cloud name here. I'm gonna go back to Chrome and I'm going to copy my API key and I'm gonna put it in here. And then over here, my API secret, I'm going to copy that. Oh no, my API secret, I'm going to copy that and put it in here. Okay, then what I can do is I can go back to my file and then copy the names of each of the env variables and cloud name. So for cloud name we have this, then for cloud API key, and for cloud API key we copy this and then we put it in here. And then for the cloud secret API secrets, so we have this, we copy that and then we put it in here. Okay, all right. So let us go back into the product route here. All right, so we can see that this is the product image that we named here, but I was starting to think differently. I need to verify the name that we have in here. So let's go to product model, and then as you can see we have the image, we have just image here. So we need to just go back here and then change this. Oh no, change this to image. Right, let's change this to image so we stay on the safer side. And then I would go to the product controller here, and then as you can see over here, we back in our previous video, we actually just passed items to the body of JSON inside our postman, and then we just created objects inside, or we just created documents inside the database. Let's go to the e-commerce MERN. We have use and product, so we have the product. So as you can see, we just passed this in, and we don't even have the image part here because I talked about, I said we were going to we are going to implement the image upload here. So as you can see, this one doesn't have an image, but this one is definitely going to have it. So how do we fix this? I'm obviously going to cut this off, and then I'm going to create an object, and I'm going to spread the object and say request.body. Okay, request.body, obviously. Then inside this request.body here, I'm going to say something like image. Okay, so the image objects that we have in here, this image object that we have in here is going to be what are we going to pass inside? We are going to take the request.file.path. Okay, and then that should be able to get us that should be able to get us the image URL that we use to create the image upload inside the database. Okay, so now that we have that, you see everything is correct. What we can do now is to go into Postman and test our product, or test our endpoint. Okay, so we already know the route here. Okay, and we've already set that up inside our Postman. Okay, so we have to set that up over here. Oh no. Okay, so let's go to the products, create products. Okay, create products. I didn't look at this, very sorry. Okay, then we change this to form data, and then we set that up one more time with the title, description, and then what else, the image, and then we have the categories, then we have the size, then what else, we have color, and we have price. Okay, then for the image we set that to file. Okay, then we say test title, then test description, then I'll take like a test image somewhere around here. I'll take just this one. Okay, then I would add, let's categorize. So I'll just say test category, and then for the size I'll say extra, double extra large, and then I would say the color, let's make that green, and then for the price, let's make that the $75 that we had. So 75. Okay, now that we have this set up, I am going to send. Okay, and then we should have. Okay, so as you can see, the product has been created successfully, and then we have the new product and its information here, and then obviously you can see the image here. So if I hold command and click on it, you can see it has opened this image for us, so we can use that in our front end, obviously. Yeah, so basically that's it for creating or managing implementing your image uploads inside your MERN backend. Okay, so but before we do anything else, or before I close or end the video, I want us to go back to the product section, the product model, and then let's change this to number. Yes, let's change this to number. That is going to give us much more freedom when we are trying to manipulate the data in a database in the future. Okay, and then yes, in the future test that we are going to perform on our product model, we are going to be inputting number inside this space. Okay, so I'll go to Postman and change this to a simple $75 type thing. Yeah, so I could go here and then delete this. Let's delete this product that we have in here. Let's delete this product. Okay, let's delete this, and then I would create a new one. Okay, alright, then we have the price in here. Okay, that's some good news. And so yeah, so basically this is a video that is teaching or making it very simple to upload images into or handle image upload inside your MERN backend. I really appreciate that you've been able to sit through till the end of this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And in the next video, I'm going to now run through the CRUD operations for the various other models that we have. We're going to complete the CRUD for the product model, which is left with get one product, and update your product, and also delete your product. And then we are going to apply the same thing onto the order and then the cart. Okay, so it would actually be a bonus if you're able to do that by yourself and send me your REPL URL through my email inside the description. And yeah, I'll be glad to check it out and teach you a few things through our talk in the process. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this part of the video. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.